Hello everyone, Paisley here, and today I am doing my very first Let's Play series in Civilization 7. And thank you to Firaxis, it's going to be on the workshop patch. Now, I should mention that this is not the final version of Test of Time patch, but just the extended access to Workshop 3, which, as you will see, is a work in progress. That means everything you see here is subject to change, but they did tell us Workshop 3 is in refinement mode, so I'm not expecting too many dramatic changes, but I just wanted to give you all that heads up. Now, one thing I never got to try during workshop because they were so short is a science victory, and today that's what we're going to focus on. And for that, I thought Ada Lovelace might be a good choice. Now, she gets 2 science per age when you complete a civic mastery in cities, so you do want a lot of cities, and she also gets culture equal to 100% of your total science when you complete a technology mastery. Now, I find Ada a little bit hard to know which one to do first, science or culture, but I think the correct answer is to do culture first and get some civic masteries done, and then that'll increase your science as you grab more cities. And as you all know, we can now pick any civilization we want, and I really love the UI here. They have these little markers here telling us what type of civilization they all are. She matches best with Great Britain, but I do think there's something really interesting about the Ottomans, especially in Exploration Age. They get a codex when you enter a celebration or conquer an original capital for the first time. I don't think I'm going to do too much war. I'm really just interested in this codex ability, which they are not a science civ, they're culture and militaristic, but I think this can work really well with Ada since she is also interested in culture too. So let's pick the Ottomans and go to the advanced settings. This is what you're all familiar with. And I think we'll go with the standard age length. They have removed things that trigger age progression, so I think ages will start feeling a little bit longer than the live build. However, on the live build, I do recommend new players do long ages. I think it just feels a lot better, and I'm hoping the standard age length now feels good too. I'm going to play the Ottomans through, so I'm going to keep this bypass civilization unlocked disabled. We do have multiple options for triumph sets: the default, the classic, the trailblazer, the conqueror, and the explorer, and they did hint at more coming. Oh, interesting. You could also just turn them off. That's funny. I think maybe for this video, we can go for default. The science ones in the trailblazer set are almost impossible to get on deity, and we'll see why in a minute once I start the game. And with that said, I will go for deity as always. In terms of map, definitely standard size. Why don't we try out the new map that they've added here, Fractal Continents, which is a highly varied world of continents, islands, and distant lands. Man, I should keep the crises on. I have yet to play a game with crises on the patch, so yes, let's keep that on. And then finally, we get this option to change how the AI behaves. I think I'm going to keep these as the default for now. And then finally, we get to choose our mementos. Because I don't have all my mods, I don't have all the mementos unlocked, so we're going to have to pick ones I don't usually play with. And since we're doing a celebration game with the Ottomans, we can just type that in right here. I thought maybe +1 population to your smallest settlement every time you start a celebration could be an interesting one to try. I've never tried it before. Let's see how it goes. We could try something like Eagle Banners. Cities gain 2% science per great work on display. I'm thinking we can get a lot of great works in this age, right? Because the Ottomans get it per celebration, and then we can get it from the tech tree as well. Okay, let's look at this start here. Well, there's a lot of good things going for it, but also a few things I don't really love to see. So let's talk about the good things. We have good resources. Salt is great for training units, including settlers. Gypsum is good production, especially in your second settlement. And silver can be really good once you start scaling your empire and settling more. Secondly, I see a lot of happiness tiles, which is going to be really important for our celebration once we start working towards that. There are now breathtaking tiles and also charming tiles. Charming tiles is just +1 happiness and breathtaking is +2. I don't exactly remember how many adjacent appealing tiles you need to go from charming to breathtaking, but it doesn't matter because you can't really change it, so it is what it is. The third really good thing going for it is I see some pretty good adjacency bonuses for science buildings. We got a +3 over here with the resources, and I see a mountain to boost our culture on our monuments. If you don't know what I'm talking about, definitely go check out my beginner guides videos and it'll tell you all about how I plan my cities. One negative thing I see here is that there's not a lot of production. There are saw pits, but that's just going to be maximum +2 production. The resources are also mine, so it's not the worst production start. It could definitely be worse, but it could also have been better. But let's just settle right here. And of course, we want to start out with a couple of scouts. I decide between 2, 3, or 4 scouts, depending on what I see with my first one. With the ability to search, it actually helps reveal a lot more information than we are used to in Civ 6. So we definitely want 2 scouts at least. And in terms of which direction we go first in the tech tree, well, this is going to depend on a few things. First, we need to ask ourselves, what kind of tiles do we have, and is a brickyard better or is a saw pit better? Definitely, I see the case for saw pits. It's just very vegetated. But if I'm going to grab these resources early on, then I also see the case for brickyard. So that's kind of a wash. The second thing I want to consider is, do I want my library up first or do I want my monument up first? And that question is also dependent on where you're placing those 2 buildings. So if you're going to go for the monument first, it means you want to go on this tile next to the mountain. But keep in mind, you cannot go on this tile unless you have adjacent urban buildings, meaning I need to put something here first, like a library, and then I can put my monument here. So that kind of answers the question, which one we're going to go for first. We need a library here. It's +2 adjacency, and then monument there. Of course, library has some other really good spots, but then I still need to get to this tile, so I might as well do it with the library first. So let's grab pottery, and then we'll try to prioritize resources whenever we grow. Let's try to make it to this location. That's a discovery for us. Salt first. I think we might as well. It'll get us to gypsum faster too. And let's grab our first discovery. It is, culture or gold. I think culture makes a lot more sense. The sooner we get our first civic, the better. And we've got our second scout now. I guess we'll go a little bit left. Let's do a search maybe. Okay, it's starting to look like a dead end. We're gonna have to rethink this direction. Is this also ocean over here? Yeah. Okay, so this is the nub of our continent. So I'm gonna send this scout up this way. And I think that just determined for me, I don't want a third scout. So let's go probably for fishing key or granary. Probably granary first, because then once we get the brickyard on that tile, it'll complete a quarter for us, and that'll be next to our palace, so it's pretty important. Okay, our next growth event is definitely going to be the gypsum. It's +2 production on that tile, and also +2 production as a city resource.
I protect thee with this flame.
Let's put in charismatic leader. The culture is good, especially for Ada. You keep coming this way, find your way over there. So Ada is in this funny position where she both needs science and culture, but I think focusing on culture early makes a lot more sense, because the more cultural masteries we get, the more flat science we get, and then the more flat science we have, the more culture we get, which is 100% culture for every tech mastery. So we're going to focus on culture first, and let's check out the Ottoman Test of Time unique civic. This is so cool. They get the Sedef Kakma tradition, which is +3 culture on quarters with at least 1 happiness building. Well, we haven't unlocked our happiness building, have we? So we either need to go for discipline or mysticism first. I think discipline is just too important to pass up here. I both love the card survey, and I think getting your army commander sooner is better than getting your pantheon sooner. To be honest, the pantheon I usually go for, which is happiness on resources, is usually available to grab, so that's fine. Culture or happiness. Now this is a tough choice because happiness for us is a codex as the Ottomans, which is also +2 science, right? I usually just go for the culture, but let's take the culture. I think I'm still doing the culture. Oh, we found Megiddo. Let's try to run away. I wonder if that's them over there. Oh no, that's Akmonia, and Akmonia also hates me. Great. 2 city-states that hate me. You love to see it. So I'm thinking, do we rush writing right away or do we grab sailing to be able to embark? I think we grab writing, and then that science will help us get to sailing. But I am seeing a lot of hostile city-states, and sometimes just hopping into the water can save your scouts, and that has a huge impact on your games. Okay, let's go for sailing first. Greatly improve relations with Rajagriha, which means that's another hostile city-state near us. Okay, wow. Or 50 towards happiness and celebration. Oh my god, I don't know. I think we want to do the happiness. I think it just matters more because we're the Ottomans, although I would say in other games, befriending a city-state 10 turns sooner can be really useful. So basically what that other choice would have given us is the option to befriend a hostile city-state in 20 turns instead of 30, which can be huge depending on what type of city-state they are, but I don't remember. Speaking of others, we found Pachacuti. I only do friendly if I'm scared of the other Civ, and I'm not really scared of Pachacuti or the Inca. They don't really have war bonuses, so it should be fine. And I'm gonna save my influence to befriend city-states here. So he came from this direction. Ooh, oh man, Raja Griha was a scientific city-state. That would have been really useful, actually. Okay, well, that's not great for me. Maybe we just do a search, see where we are. Yeah, going left doesn't matter, so we just need to get through the right. And why don't you go grab this at the bottom? Again, the celebration makes more sense to me, and that brings us 1 turn to our celebration. We are 2 turns away from growing to 5 pop, which means we can start settling soon. And there's the celebration, 20% culture for 10 turns. Excellent. We're going to be building settlers soon, so let's get salt here. This seems like a good spot to settle. Camels, gold, rubies. Yeah, we definitely want to go towards this direction next. We need to be within 10 tiles of our capital, 10 traversable tiles. I'm wondering if we should just buy this brickyard. It's 48 gold, but it's 1 turn sooner to my settler. So let's do that and then start producing that settler.
Do nothing.
Okay, there is our army commander and survey. So let's definitely take out toolmaking, put in survey. We can befriend Raja Griha now. So let's do that. So it's going to take 30 turns. That's painful. That also limits where we can settle, right? Because if we settle too close to them, they're going to send a raiding party and you cannot be within 5 tiles. Maybe we just settle down here first. I just don't love what I'm seeing, except some production over here isn't awful, but then very low food. Okay, time for mysticism, so we get an altar to actually benefit from Sadaf Kakma. I wonder if I should just send my commander to grab this, since I don't have any units right now, right? Okay, they're sailing. You can go in the water, try to avoid Majito or Akmonia's hostile units. Just very carefully move around here. Don't want to die. We got our settler. I like where this is suggesting. It's within reach of silver and the salt. But this is clearly more town quality than city quality. And as you know, I like to settle my city location as soon as possible because the faster you grow, the cheaper it is to convert to a city. And that's definitely going to be up here because then there's a culture quarter here and good science adjacencies. And, you know, not the worst production, but not the best either. It does take 6 turns to get there. Maybe we will be befriended by then. Oh man, 14 turns. I should have taken that discovery. A couple of units to protect the settler might be a good idea then. And now time for writing. So as you see, I don't have a lot of saw pit tiles. I've got 1 sawmill. So I'm glad I went for the brickyard first because that boosts both these resources and the next growth event as well. These red tiles are new. It tells you where zone of control is, which means if you step into it, you lose your movement for your scouts. Let's just get a little bit of food and not waste our gold. Here's our next growth event. Definitely want the salt next. I think maybe another settler might be good. Or just more units. Maybe more units first. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to settle here right now because they're hostile. I have to find a spot down here. We found his city. This is not his capital. I could try to hop into the water and go more north since you're over here anyways. Okay, so if one of my cities is going here, which gets both the culture spot and the science spot, then you should maybe go where it's suggesting then. It's, yeah, within reach of most things. Think here. Okay, got a couple of units. Probably time to get that second settler. Okay, let's settle right here. Bursa. Ooh, I've been here. It's a lovely, lovely city. What tile do we want to grab first? I think I'm tempted by the iron because I'm about to fight. It's going to give my infantry units +1 combat strength. And also the 3 production gets converted to 3 gold. And I'm not making a lot of gold right now, so that's going to be good. Ooh, get away from the boat. Ooh, but also go grab this. Let's grab some gold. That's good. There's Shomron. It's a cultural city-state, but again, hostile. Everybody hates me. Oh god, good thing I have some units here. That's scary. You are from Rajagriha, which is fine. They're going to be friendly really soon. In 7 turns. I think we can last 7 turns here. I do want to scout this area too. Why don't we grab a scout quickly just to have more vision, and then we'll start building things like the altar. Be good to have a slinger, but I don't think I've unlocked slingers yet. Let's just accept this. I'd rather have the gold and then try to move forward with you so that this guy can come here.
There is another world.
Okay, and we get our pantheon. So once you finish researching mysticism, you get to grab a pantheon. And I think the best thing for my plan is God of Revelry. Again, we just want more and more celebrations. And then time for that altar. Probably over here makes the most sense to me. It's going to take 5 turns to build it. That's not great. And now we can do the Sedef Kakma tradition. Now might be a good time. We met Spain. Oh my god, let's grab this. We just stole this from her. Are you kidding? She must hate me. We can do a warrior for 10 gold. That's worth it. We are fighting and it's in Bursa, so that's perfect. Let's make sure we send our commander up. It would be nice to send an endeavor to Pachacuti. I think let's do the cultural one actually instead of science. If I could get this celebration down, it would be even better. Let's see happiness. Ooh, yeah, I'll take the happiness. In 3 turns, we can build our library, which is going to be important because it'll give us room to display codices. Oh my god, I forgot about triumphs. Oh yeah, triumphs. At what point do I need to start caring about these? I mean, I'm much more interested in just playing the game than reading all of this. Maybe around 50% we'll take a look at them, but right now I want to play the game, you know what I mean? Oh wow, finally a friendly city-state. Anuradhapura. Definitely consider befriending them and killing Ekmonia. She wants to send me some gold. Sure, I'll take the gold, thank you. I've got a lot of gold now. Something to spend it on.
Bespoken.
There's writing. 2 turns from the altar. I think I've finished the altar, or at least do 1 more turn. Oh, and our first narrative event. Drawn to her brilliance, a community of scientists and philosophers offer its services to Ada Lovelace. Awesome. We're more likely to have 3 slotted codices than 2 brickyards. 2 more brickyards, right? Let's take the codices. I'm not really prioritizing brickyards. Man, maybe I am getting more brickyards. That's a brickyard tile and that's a brickyard tile. And then we're going towards the salt, another brickyard tile. Maybe we will get more brickyards. Is this dangerous? No, it's fine. Let's settle here. Perfect. And they're friendly to us, so everybody is happy. Let's put our units in and make our way to the city center, and then we'll heal everybody up and then go for Akmonia. For growth, the rubies is just better than the gold right now. I only have 3 settlements, so that's 3 gold, but I have 4 gold from the rubies, although this is also +1 happiness. Maybe I'll grab the gold then. Again, I'm trying to prioritize happiness as much as possible. 3 turns till our celebration is great. We got the altar. Time for the library right here. Who's this? Seleucia, but I guess they're in distant lands? Yeah, interesting. Heal up. So you heal faster inside the center than you do outside. Oh man, he is so close. I need to grow this way ASAP. How do I get more growth in here though? Maybe the crabs eventually, but it's gonna be a while to like get there. Well, silver is food, so let's grab the silver. Science on the altar or culture on the altar? Ooh, I don't know. Faith is a tool no different from a calculator. Faith creates as many questions as answers. Man, even philosophically, I don't know which one to pick. Maybe I should ask myself, what would Ada pick? And I think Ada would go for a calculator. She likes calculators. And our science is doing much worse than our culture. Here's 20% culture. Did that come in time? Because I wanted this to overlap with my endeavor, and it did. Okay, perfect. So this endeavor is now also getting +20%. And then for our policy, I think I want to do priesthood. More gold, the better. I should be spending this gold. I need to go towards this direction to make sure I grab all of my tiles, unfortunately. Ah, man, I really wanted this settle location. Wow, we are really, really boxed in. I guess we have to kill him. I don't see any other choice. And you know what? The Ottomans do have a lot of bonuses for war. 3 combat strength for infantry and sieged when attacking. And then when we go to our ability here, we do get 25% production towards commanders. And then if you look at our syncretism option, I'm going to go for the affirmation for sure. So Mehteran, +5 combat strength for siege units, +1 movement on siege and support units. But yeah, I don't really want to do the hoplites or, oh my God, the Numidian cavalry. I mean, obviously, this is just such an overpowered choice that I'm clearly making the wrong one by not taking it. But like I said in my long video, I don't want to pick the overpowered choice every single time. The game is already too easy for me. So yeah, we're going for the affirmation. It's fine. It'll be okay. It'll be interesting to see if I find war much more difficult without a unit though. Okay, we definitely want Sedef Kakma here, so let's assign that policy. Perfect. Because we have our altar there, so that's great for our culture. We don't want syncretism yet. We're so far from getting siege units. Maybe we go Code of Laws, or if we do mysticism or discipline, we would get +2 science from it. But I think Code of Laws is just better for the merchant, but not really if I'm trying to kill him. I prefer Stele. It's not that bad to settle around here. It could be okay. It's good. I mean, it's territory. So let's plan a settlement around there as well. So definitely in a situation like this, where if you look closely, you're really close to finishing this. Instead of taking that entire turn to do so, you can buy it for 0 gold, which is clearly better than waiting an entire turn for it to finish. Let's do 1 more settler. Honestly, this area here is not bad either. For a town, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. It's a bit close to Rajagriha, but they won't mind. It's a lot of happiness. It's a lot of food, which is what you want from a town anyways. Ooh, limits of faith. Let's definitely do... People should worship as they like. God of revelry. I hate this word. Revelry. Cult demands strict obedience. You know what? Let them do what they want. They're the happy cult. Let them be happy. Time for masonry for our monuments. Okay, let's unload our units here. I can't believe I still haven't had a promotion. We gotta be spending our gold. If Trabzon is our city, then we want to be spending it here. Because you are adding population every time you add a building. And then adding population makes it cheaper to convert. I mean, Brickyard makes sense because production is good for us once it is a city. So let's do that first. Okay, start attacking here. Oh, good. That's our promotion. I'm gonna go down the assault tree. And over here, where should we grow towards? I did say I want the crabs. It's a good growth resource. So let's do that first. Should I ask for open borders? I mean, we do want to start sending endeavors to her soon, so let's become friends. And that's it. I think I've seen all the land there is to see. So in 1 turn, we're going to take out survey. That is definitely not as much land as I expected. This feels very, very tiny. Yeah, we got to kill Pachacuti. Let's raise them. Get promotion and gold. Ooh, and a military attribute point. Let's spend that on war support, definitely. And then between left or right side of assault, I just have a lot more infantry units, so I'm going to go down the left. Although there is something to be said about the siege units stacking with the Ottoman bonuses. But I think just going to the left side's better right now. What do you do? Just auto-explore. Did you hear that noise?
But it is in this one.
Let's change our policy. Definitely take out survey, and I guess clan networks is okay. It's interesting. I don't usually use it. Of course, our brickyard got wrecked. Let's fix that, and then can keep spending gold for buildings. So basically how this works is that every building you purchase will give you a 50 gold discount on that conversion. But at some point, it's just better to convert the city. So if you want those buildings, then you should buy it before you convert. But you shouldn't buy buildings just to make it cheaper to convert, because then you can just save up money to convert faster. In this case, I don't really see a granary helping us, nor a saw pit. I do think I need a camel soon, right? Maybe not. Let's grab the rubies then. No, let's grab the gold. We want the happiness. Wondering if we finish another mastery for another +2 science. But why don't we go for Oracle? Let's get our first wonder. Before we work for Great Stele, we should definitely grab our saw pit for more production. I do like the idea of finishing a quarter here. Let me double check Sedef Kakma. On quarters with at least 1 happiness building. Okay, so yeah, we definitely want our saw pit on that, so that we're actually making use of Sedef Kakma. Damn. It's just 3 turns. Oh. Well, that's why you don't auto-explore. Immediately killed. Man, he likes me too. No. Well, that's fine. I'm not ready for war yet. Let's get her to like us. Is there any city-states we want to befriend now? I guess we should do this city-state. So yeah, it is more expensive. Every city-state you befriend will become more expensive for the next one, which is a great change, but also something you need to keep in mind when planning your city-states now. Let's just purchase this saw pit and then work on another settler. Let's get irrigation +1 settlement limit. It's going to be really useful since we're working towards that right now. I do want an altar in here. Do I want to purchase that altar though is the question. Wait, is Sedef Kakma just in cities? No, so the sooner we buy the altar, the better. That's huge. It's also all of my gold. No, we save our gold. But then it's at 50 gold discount. It's cheaper. Okay, I'm doing it. Now I just need 400 gold, which, you know what? It's not that many turns away. Oh, great. Here's our city-state. So if you haven't been playing the workshop edition, then you may not be aware that the final bonus for suzeraning a city-state have been nerfed across all types. So instead of giving us +1 science on all warehouse buildings, it is now just on a couple. So brickyards and harbors. Step pyramids, I think, is just the natural choice for us. It's both science and happiness, something we need a lot of. So I think we just grab the step pyramids. Time for the monument over here. Although, what about the wonder? Monument's too important. It gives us influence. Speaking of influence, let's send her both of these. And then... Right, I forgot. I wanted to befriend them. Damn, hopefully it'll be okay. Should we settle right here? I think it's good. Then keep grabbing resources. I do want the cotton sooner rather than later, but let's just get the dates. It's okay. It's not the worst resource. I mean, it's not the best resource either. But in this game, maybe it's okay. It gives us happiness. Speaking of, should we grab a happiness tile or a crab tile? I think crab just to keep growing faster, and where we place it depends on where warehouses exist. So either Trabzon or Constantinia. For now, Trabzon makes more sense to me. It'll grow in 3 turns and that'll make converting even cheaper, so that's good. Oh good, our celebration, awesome. And I guess tool making is back on the menu, boys. Oh perfect, and we got to grow. Great timing because of our memento. Meaning we want to put this in a town. Let's move the crabs up and then you go in here for growth and then you go in here for the science. Speaking of science, our next tech is going to be siege units. Makes a lot of sense. I would really love Colossus. I love Colossus. Yeah, so it's still available. I want to try it. I want to try to get Colossus. Is that crazy? Oh man, Hanging Gardens. There's no way I'm getting Hanging Gardens. It's turn 52. Is she working on any wonders? Oh, she is working on Colossus. Okay, so there's no way I'm getting Colossus actually. Let's go for the wheel then. Damn it. Also makes sense to get writing so that we can use our spies sooner. Yeah, let's do writing first because that's also going to give us a huge boost in culture. Not really. It's just one turn of culture because it's 100% of your science when you finish a tech mastery. Do we still want Great Stele then? Yeah, it's a good wonder. It's fine. I like it.
Did
Oh,
anyone
right, Oracle, but
imagine
Great Stele
ourselves to
first,
be?
obviously. Cultural attribute, awesome. That is +4 culture for us, almost +5 now. And definitely want the sheep or the cowlin. Well, cowlin first so that you grow to the sheep faster. Oh, good. He hates me. Good. I hate you too. I can convert trap zone now. And then decide where our resources grow because now we have another city and Kowlin is obviously better in here. And so is gypsum. And then put the dates in here. If we're going to war, that influence is going to matter. So let's grab our culture first. We have about 20 turns-ish before he declares, unless he goes for a surprise war, which the AI does do now, so that's something we need to be wary of. Or you know what? You provide happiness if you stay inside trap zones. Let's put you in trap zone. Commanders provide happiness if they're stationed in a city center. There is a codex. Do we have room? No, we're out of room, so we're going to want this library pretty soon in trap zone. A city I actually haven't been to, but we have 3 codices on display. We get 50 science. Nice. Let's use that to finish off the wheel, and that's going to help with our war for sure. Do we want to consider this foundation civic? 15% production towards wonders seems really good. What are we doing though? Are we doing war or wonders? We kind of need to pick. It's just 6 turns. Let's get our foundations first. Nobody is befriending them, but I can do it. So let's do that. 15 turns is awesome. Let me purchase this. 52 gold, perfect. And then start the library. Great location right here. There goes Colossus. Pachacuti got it. Well, maybe we can take it from him. We're so wide that I think just moving towards the silver is a good idea. I should just buy a building here too, huh? Saw pit. And then that brings us closer. We'll grab this tile. Man, jade is good too, but silver first. I don't know why I got the saw pit. The brickyard would be better because I was going to get the silver. So learn from my mistakes and don't do that.
The whole wild woods.
We've got
are
some more
teeming with
cards here,
the
so definitely want to change some things. Oh, we finished the triumph. Right, triumphs. I forgot about these. 25% relationship change from diplomatic actions with leaders. Let's take out tool making and put in enlightened rule, lands, priesthood, and charismatic leader still. Ooh, Ghazi and Bey. Oh my god, this is a unique Ottoman narrative event. This is so cool. The team, the narrative team, oh my god. I mean, obviously I love the narrative team because I'm a historian. They bring so much historical flavor to the game. They've gone and added narrative events for non-Apex civs, and this is one of them. I need to call Dr. Crow. He would love this. But I think we should save it for the next episode. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It really helps the algorithm. And please let me know in the comments below if you're enjoying this series and you'd like to see more, or if you have suggestions for civs I should try outside their Apex stage in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.